South China Morning Post, 30th of March 2024, China highlights support for the IMF's push in Sri Lanka's debt restructuring as Prime Minister Gunawardena concludes his visit. China bears direct responsibility for Sri Lanka's economic tragedy and debt trap. As Lankan Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena concluded a 5-day visit to China, the Chinese government issued a joint statement to support Sri Lanka's high debt and high-interest restructuring. In a statement issued on Friday, China indicated that it would assist Sri Lanka in its talks with its state-backed Chinese creditors. However, it did not provide any other information. According to the statement, Beijing was prepared to continue supporting its financial institutions to negotiate with Sri Lanka actively, maintain friendly communication with other creditors, and play a positive role in the International Monetary Fund to assist Sri Lanka in financial relief. China is Sri Lanka's biggest bilateral creditor. After running out of foreign reserves, Sri Lanka declared bankruptcy in 2022 and stopped making loan payments on almost $83 billion in both domestic and foreign loans. Before traveling south to Hainan province to speak at the Boao Forum, Gunawardena met with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Qiang in Beijing, where debt restructuring was the main topic of discussion. Colombo strives to uphold a $2.9 billion IMF bailout, which has been extended subject to debt restructuring with international creditors and economic development initiatives. Sri Lanka said in October that it had achieved a deal with China's Export-Import Bank to pay off approximately $4.2 billion in outstanding debt. Talks with the China Development Bank and a few other significant Chinese lenders, among others, had not been reported. China's debt stock in Sri Lanka reached around $7.3 billion by 2022, making up 19.6% of the island nation's total public external debt. According to a study by Chulania Tanayaki of the National University of Singapore published in the peer-reviewed Journal of Contemporary East Asia Studies last May, the figure includes debts by state-owned businesses and banks with government support. The joint statement released on Friday also stated that China intended to make the Hambantota Development Project and Port City Colombo flagship projects of the Sino-Sri Lankan Joint Construction of the Belt and Road Initiative and will continue supporting these initiatives. International criticism has focused on Hambantota and the debts owed to China since Colombo gave the strategically significant port to a company headed by China Merchants Port Holdings Company in 2017 in exchange for $1.1 billion over a 99-year lease. The port at Sri Lanka's southernmost point is a potential central marine hub in the Indian Ocean. Hence, the proposal infuriated India, a neighboring country. Chinese officials and the media in the West have denied claims that their infrastructure investment projects in Sri Lanka are debt traps. China pledged to support more businesses investing in Sri Lanka in the joint declaration. At the same time, Sri Lanka announced plans to prioritize Chinese companies when investing in Hambantota and the port city of Colombo. President Xi emphasized China's support for the two projects during his meeting with Gunawardena on Wednesday. The statement also states that China will expand its tea purchases from Sri Lanka.